Horace was engaged to marry his sister Valerie. But was it conceivable, he asked himself, that any man, even to oblige a future brother-in-law, would cough up the colossal sum of 200 potatoes? The answer, he felt, was in the negative, and with a mournful sigh he turned away and began to pace the room. If you pace the library of number 52 Bloxham Mansions, starting at the window and going straight across country, your outward journey takes you past the writing table. And as Pongo reached this writing table, something there attracted his eye. From beneath the blotter, the end of a paper was protruding, and on it were written the intriguing words, "Signed Claude Pott, Private Investigator." They brought him up with as round a turn as if he'd seen a baronet lying on the floor with an oriental paper knife of antique design in his back. An overwhelming desire came upon him to see what all this was about. He was not in the habit of reading other people's letters, but here was one which a man of the nicest scruples could scarcely be expected to pass up. The thing was cast in narrative form, being, he found on examination, a sort of saga in which the leading character, a star part if ever there was one, was somebody referred to as the subject. From the activities of this individual, Claude Pott seemed unable to tear himself away. The subject, who appeared to be abroad somewhere, for there was frequent mention of a casino, was evidently one of those people who live for pleasure alone. You didn't catch the subject doing good to the poor, or making a thoughtful study of local political conditions. When he, or she, was not entering casino in camp of friends, 2 male, 1 female, at 11:17 p.m., he, or she, for there was no clue as to whether this was a story with a hero or a heroine, was playing 10, riding H's, out on the golf links, lunching with 3 F's, driving to Montreuil with 1 M, or dancing, with party consisting of 4 M's, ditto F's, and in this latter case keeping it up into the small hours. Pongo was familiar with the expression, living the life of Riley, and that it was a life of this nature that the subject had been leading was manifest in the document's every sentence. But what the idea behind the narrative could be, he found himself unable to define. Claude Pott had a nice, crisp style, but his work was marred by the same obscurity which has caused complaint in the case of the poet Browning.